Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 6, The Reunion Part 1. Of course, Nina Parker was the host for this reunion special. We find out that Joseline is giving production a hard time. She's refusing to, take the stage to film the reunion with her castmates. And we find out later on in this part that she actually wanted to sit with not Tommy, Lord. That's the last person she wanted to sit with. She wanted to sit with Dime and Melissa during this reunion, and I guess they wouldn't let her for whatever reason. And I think I heard about that in the blogs like a month or so back when they was taping this and everything. And yeah, like I said, she's giving them a hard time. She's outside in her car or whatever, she's refusing to tape. So Nina is introducing the cast like she does every reunion special, and when they get to Kirk, everybody started booing him like, boo, we hate you, you suck. And we find out that Tammy and Walker are on tour. Well, Walker is on tour, but Tammy, tagged along with him, so they're not going to be there, or they weren't there. Then we start talking about, Tommy and Joseline's situation. Tommy is still out on bail or whatever, and I guess we won't find out until like another year or so what her verdict is going to be on that situation. So they flash back, to Joseline and Tommy's situation or whatever, when Tommy had got locked up, and, Stevie was there to support her, and, all that stuff. So, Nina is asking Tommy, like, do you regret what happened on Peter Street? And, Tommy says that she doesn't regret what happened and everything. And, Nina is asking Stevie his opinion. And Stevie is like, I definitely didn't want her to get locked up or whatever, this, that, and the third, and I don't fool around with the po-po myself. So, yeah, and, Nina is asking Tommy, like, what would you say to Joseline, like, if she was here? Like, I know you can't really be around her, but if she was here, what would you say to her? And she would just pretty much ask her, like, what's your deal? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really good? You know what I mean? And they start talking about the situation from last year when Joseline had called the police to, Tommy's hotel room. And, they're asking Stevie, like, Nina is asking Stevie, like, how do you feel considering that you knew where she was staying at and find out Joseline called the police on her, this, that, and the third? And Stevie tried to front at first. What? I don't know where she was staying at and everything. And, Tommy is like, boy, please, like, you came to my room or whatever to talk music, but then you ended up bringing us a bottle of Jack Daniels and everything. And, like I said, he was playing around at first, but he admits to, going to the room, but it wasn't on no shit like that, they family and everything. But check this out though. Over the summer, Tommy ended up seeing his beefcake. But y'all family though. Okay. She was like, yeah, in that in that nice ass Bentley that you was riding around in and everything. And Nina's like, Stevie, is this true? And he's like, she pulled it out. You know what I'm saying? She pulled it out and I pulled it back, and that was that. I was like, Lord have mercy, them two just foolish. So Nina is asking Mimi her opinion on what's the deal, what's Joseline's deal with Tommy and everything. Mimi thinks that of course Joseline is jealous of Tommy and this, that, and the third. And damn, she chimes in and she was like, no, I don't think it's that or whatever. Like, Joseline loves women way too much and everything, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, and that ain't stopped Joseline from having beef with a motherfucker before. Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, Dime feels that something had to happen between, Stevie and Tommy or whatever, for Joseline to have something against Tommy, this, that, and the third. And Tommy is like, girl, please, this is family. Her and Stevie are saying the same thing, like, ain't no shit went down between us, so cut the fuck shit or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Tommy, she's talking about, I'm a work in progress or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to change me, then change me then. Or some shit like that she was saying, but she was like real aggressive with it. Y'all know how Tommy do or whatever. And Dom was like, ooh, she's a little aggressive, isn't she? Or whatever. And you know, this shit popping up on my damn computer. I'm sorry, y'all. Some shit had popped up on my computer. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, so they flash back to, you know, Tommy's loose cannon type of behavior. And you know, including the fight that she had with Treasure. So you know, Tommy was like that. She expected an apology from Treasure when Treasure had invited her to the nail salon and everything, because Treasure, you know, claimed that she wanted to apologize. And you know, she was like, I didn't get that apology and everything. And you know, Treasure, before she starts talking or whatever, she, you know, asking for security to come, you know, nearby her and everything, just in case, you know, Tommy tried to pop off. I'm like, oh, yo, scary ass. You want to sit up here and pop all this shit, but then you want security. Okay, girl, I see you. Yeah, because you learned after that first situation not to fuck with Tommy, huh? So anyways, you know, Treasure was like that, you know, that she did want to apologize and everything, and you know, you know how Treasure be talking all fast or whatever. So I didn't even try to follow what she said after, you know, that she did want to apologize. And you know, Nina like, okay, girl, calm down, you know, so we can hear you and hear what you saying and everything. And you know, Nina was like, I mean, girl, it did seem like, you know, you kind of threw some underhanded shade at Tommy or whatever when y'all was at that nail salon or whatever. And Treasure was like, yeah, because you know, Tommy immediately came in, you know, on some bullshit or whatever when she came into the salon and everything. So I felt like she didn't want the apology, like wasn't even trying to hear the apology and everything. And you know, they started going back and forth, whatever, and then the audience, you know, they was like, you know, we love you, Tommy, and you know, they all yelling and screaming for her. Treasure over there looking salty like, this bitch or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so they flash back at, you know, Tommy's wine tasting, and you know, they talk about Jessica Dime and Tommy's situation or whatever. And Nina's like, well, you guys seem pretty cordial today or whatever. And Dime is like, oh, I mean, I don't have issues with nobody and everything, but when lovely Mimi opened up her big ass mouth or whatever about that photo shoot, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I guess she just felt like it wasn't necessary, you know what I mean? Like, shit probably wouldn't, I mean, and I kind of do agree with Dime. Like, shit probably wouldn't even have went down had lovely Mimi not even brought that up at the wine tasting, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. So, you know, lovely Mimi is like, I mean, girl, do you got a problem with me or whatever? And you know, Diamond's like, girl, if I did, I would have beat your ass a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And lovely Mimi is like, you know, you never said nothing to my face or whatever, this, that, and third. And Diamond's like, girl, we barely filmed together. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And lovely Mimi, she trying to jump up at Dime or whatever. Of course, security, they was on it. I mean, soon as she stood up, they caught her ass or whatever. And you know, Dime and Carly, they both stand up, talking about some, doing all this shit or whatever, you know, making fun of her and everything. And Dime had said something about lovely Mimi. She said she looked like something, but I forgot what it was. But you know, everybody was laughing and shit and everything. And she was like, I mean, girl, what you thought you was going? Like, really? Like, you know damn well security was going to come or whatever. So like, what you thought you really was going to do and everything. So they remove lovely Mimi from the stage for a minute to, you know, cool down or whatever. They get back on the wine tasting situation, but then they talk about Tammy and Dime's situation. And you know, Nina is like, I mean, was it about Jocelyn or whatever, or was it more so about Tammy? And you know, Tommy is like, it was more so about Tammy, you know, the way she came at her and everything. And Dime, the way she feel like, bitch, you should have been neutral because you didn't know what me and Tammy had prior to that situation. And Tommy is like, okay, but y'all could have handled that shit, you know, at a different time, not at my shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially over some petty shit. You know what I mean? And yeah. whatever. So moving on from that, they talk about Carly and Tommy's beef or whatever. And you know, Tommy, she's trying to say that, you know, at first, like, no, like, in regards to her and Jock, she was saying that, you know, no, like, I really feel like Jock is cool or whatever, but once, you know, I went on the double date with Dime or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I decided to kind of play more into it once I found out that, you know, him and Carly had something going on, this, that, and the third. I was like, Tommy, girl, now, you know, from Jump Street, it was all about getting back at Carly Red. Don't try to play, okay? So, you know, she was sitting up here saying that, you know, her and Jock never had sex, and, you know, the most that they have done is hugged and everything. And I believe her. I believe her on that. I don't think that she did nothing with him, at least, I hope not. The way Jock get around or whatever. But, you know, she says that she can't even be a hoe like that because I guess she was saying she don't like the dick that Carly Red chases after or something like that. And, you know, Carly is like, oh, see, that was a play on you and everything. And, you know, Tommy, she's like, no, I'm not trying to play him. I'm not trying to play him or whatever. And she was like, you know, Carly, she's like, yeah, you are. You know, like, you clearly are trying to play him and everything. And, you know, Jock, you know, he made it clear that him and Carly were not exclusive or whatever. And then Carly, she agrees and everything that they weren't exclusive. And Tommy is like, I mean, so what's the beef then? Like, what the fuck is we talking about? Because the way Carly was acting, Carly was, like, she would in one breath kind of say that her and Jock wasn't exclusive. And the next thing you know, she be in her motherfucking feelings about some shit. You know what I'm saying? Popping up at clubs, popping off on bitches and all that other bullshit that she be doing. So anyways, you know, Jock is like, you know, him and Tommy really were on some chilling shit, you know what I'm saying, but he knows that he can't tame somebody like her, you know what I'm saying. And he was like, you know, that he knew him and Carly kind of had a situation going on. So, you know, I guess he kind of played into, you know, with Tommy too, or whatever, how Tommy was, you know, playing into him and everything. And so, you know, Carly was like, oh, so y'all one of a kind or whatever. And Carly gonna sit here and say to Tommy, he used you or whatever. And Tommy, she was like, we used each other. Like, Tommy was having me weak, low-key, I ain't gonna lie. So then they bring up C's and everything and how that situation came about, and, you know, were you using him pretty much like because you had a bad taste in your mouth from Jock fucking around with Tommy or whatever. And, you know, Carly tries to claim that it wasn't that or whatever, but, you know, Tommy is like, bring me my phone, please. Where's C's at? Bring me my phone. And, you know, Carly is like, oh, Tommy was at C's house the other night or whatever, this, that, and third. And I told her to come outside, but she didn't or whatever. She was acting scary, this, that, and the third. And, you know, Tommy, she attempts to throw a pillow at her. Of course, she misses it or whatever. And, you know, Carly, she's like, ooh, this bitch is shaking the pillow. I'm like, Carly, stop it. K. Michelle said that shit to you about shaking the fucking table in season 1. Like, what is up with all these reality shows, like, recycling shit? Like, what? Like, people can't think of their own shit no more? I mean, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like, girl, that shit is old. That shit is literally 6 years ago. K. Michelle said that shit to you in season 1. Like, stop it, okay? So, you know, Carly, she's like, you know, she explains the situation. She's like, you know, she's always picking up C's and taking him to her crib or whatever because he doesn't have his own car in Atlanta and everything. And, you know, she talks about how, you know, they, I guess, C's his peoples or whoever told her that, you know, Tommy was downstairs or whatever about to get fucked by him and everything and this, that, and the third. And, you know, how C's admitted that, yeah, he smashed Tommy and everything. And, you know, Tommy was owning up to, you know, the shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Carly was like that she not gonna like fuck around with somebody that's fucking her seconds or whatever. And, you know, Tommy is like, girl, what? You know what I'm saying? And she claims that Tommy is always fucking her niggas or whatever, and every time, you know, just remember, every time you fuck one of my niggas, you know, you gonna always see me, you always gonna taste me or whatever, this, that, and the third. And it's like, Carly, have you got, I mean, I know you old, but have you gotten amnesia and forgotten that this whole debacle started with you fucking around with Scrap? I was just like, girl, she was getting on my nerves. Like, seriously, she really was getting on my nerves, because it's just like, just own up to it. Like, what the hell? So anyways, then we get on Kirk and Rashida's drama. So, you know, they talk about when Kirk had walked into, you know, Jocelyn's party and everything, like what was his feelings or whatever, when Jock had called him. And, you know, he was like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought Jock was low-key trying to set me up or whatever. You know, Rashida, she knew when Kirk had came home that he was on some bullshit, that he was lying. And, you know, with all the stuttering and shit that he was doing. And, you know, Kirk is like, I mean, you know, I wanted to say something, but he started stuttering then as he started talking, trying to say what he wanted to do and all this other bullshit. So anyways, you know, they asked Carly about her encounters with Jasmine or whatever. And, you know, Carly is like that, you know, she saw somebody in the video that Jasmine showed her, but she wasn't sure if it was him or not. You know, Nina asked, you know, Rashida, like, you know, did you appreciate Carly, you know, for talking to Jasmine, this, that, and third? And Rashida was like, yeah, but you ain't gotta, you know, she was like, but you know, sometimes, you know, I just felt like you ain't gotta go over there and hug her and all this other stuff and be like, hey girl, you know, let me kiss you or whatever she said that Carly was doing and everything. And Carly was like, I mean, I can't sit up here and well, Carly was saying that she had to like play up the role, like gain Jasmine's trust or whatever, so Jasmine would open up to her, so she could pump Jasmine for information or whatever. She was like, everybody knows any good detective would do that. I was like, yeah, we know, Carly, and we know that you know. Okay, so anyways, Kirk claims that, you know, it was only one time that he fucked Jasmine and that he used protection. Of course, nobody believes him. None of America believes him. None of the cast believe him. None of the people that were sitting in the audience believe him, okay? And, you know, Rashida, she feels like it was no justification for him cheating, and, you know, he should have communicated with her, this, that, and the third, and that they needed to work together. And that's absolutely true. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when it comes to relationships and marriages, you know what I'm saying, a person will step out before communicating with their partner or whatever on where their partner is lacking at. You know what I'm saying? And then it be all this controversy going on, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, they get Jock and Scrappy's opinion on the whole situation. And, you know, I just felt like, I don't know, I just feel like Kirk be on that bullshit. Like, he just don't be showing no emotion at all. Everything is just, you know, I mean, you know, I didn't want that to happen. And, like, he just, like, he shows no emotion behind the shit. He shows no remorse. It's just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And Nina, she was like, you know, she says to Rashida, how do you feel about the fact that people look at you guys as an iconic couple, and, you know, how people look up to you and y'all going through this? I was like, iconic? I mean, that's a very strong word to use for folks like Kirk and Rashida, but okay. So, you know, Rashida, she starts to get emotional or whatever, and that's where I start to kind of think, like, damn, maybe this shit is real. Because, you know, all season, you know, we all been kind of like, this storyline fake as hell or whatever. But looking at Rashida, like, cry like that, it really did seem genuine. And, I do feel somewhat bad for her, but then at the same time, it's like, I mean, Kirk done so much shit to her. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you know, everybody, the whole cast damn near, they're tearing up behind this situation. And, you know, she's, you know, sitting here talking about how, you know, Kirk has hurt her so much, but he's helped her to grow into the woman that she is today, and she's tired of crying about this, and you know how he didn't think about his family, and you know, and then of course we know he still ain't take the damn Dana. So next thing you know, we find out that, you know, Rashida and Kirk, they didn't want Jasmine and Rod to be there because otherwise they were not going to come. You know what I'm saying? And they were trying to make accommodations, I guess, to talk to Jasmine and Rod, I guess like via satellite or whatever, but they didn't want to do that. So, you know, Rashida, she claims that Jasmine never wanted to like sit down with her and have a conversation with her woman to woman. And I'm like, I thought she did though. I don't know. I you know, but yeah, she says that Jasmine didn't want to sit down woman to woman with her, but I mean, Jasmine did. It's from what we saw, it seemed like she was trying to reach out and everything. I don't know, maybe the way Jasmine went about the shit at first maybe put, I don't know, I guess maybe it put a bad taste of Rashida's mouth. I don't know. But anyways, you know, Kirk claims he didn't smash Kiana or whatever, and of course once again we know Logan is not the father. Kirk, he was like that he won't gonna do the Dana on TV or whatever, and you know, because of the simple fact that they, you know, Jasmine and Rod, they trying to get on, they trying to get paid and all this other stuff, and how they using the baby as a pawn and everything. And you know, Rashida says that she would, you know, if the baby is Kirk's, that she would allow, you know, her kids to have a relationship, you know, with him, because that's just the right thing to do or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was that with their situation. Y'all let me know, do y'all feel like that this storyline is kind of somewhat real now, or you still feeling like this some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know. So then we get on, you know, the whole Sierra, whole Raya and Shooter situation. So, you know, Mariah, she calls the shop ghetto because, you know, it's always drama filled and it's always gossip going on, despite the fact that Sierra tries to put on like airs or whatever about it not being a whole bunch of drama and everything. And, you know, Nina is asking, you know, Mariah, do you feel bad now watching the playback and everything? And Mariah, she just sitting there first like, and everybody like, oh, you know, that must mean, you know, she don't feel bad or whatever. So then Mariah, she was like, you know what, I want to give you a sincere apology and everything. And Sierra, she was like, you know, get on your knees, ho, get on your knees and everything. And Mariah, she was like, bitch, please, I'm not about to get on my knees for shit. Like, tell your husband to get off his knees or whatever because he was eating my ass and all this other stuff. I was like, everybody in the audience, they was like, oh, like, what did she just say? Girl, she didn't even say eat her pussy. She said eat her ass. I was just like, ooh, chill. I was just like, whoa. Okay. So anyways, Nina, she's like, you know, she's asking Shooter. And mind you, this nigga Shooter, he got his shirt all unbuttoned and everything, sitting on the stage and whatnot. And I'm just like, nigga, who the fuck you think you is? You think you somebody from some R&B group or some shit with your shirt all open like that? I was just like, this nigga here. So anyways, Nina, she's asking him though, like, how could you put your wife in a position to have this woman be able to tell her, you know, the things that you've done to her sexually and everything? Shooter, he starts to apologize or whatever, and Mariah claims that he texted her weeks after he got exposed or whatever, saying the same shit or whatever, and claims that, you know, he wanted to get her pregnant, and I'm just like, why is you even saying all this shit now for? Like, anyway, so Shooter, he claims that it only carried on for like a year or whatever, and Nina is messy low key. She was like, Kirk, how do you feel about this and everything? Do you agree with this? And Kirk was like, no, I don't agree with it or whatever. And Rashida was like, you better not, and everything. So lovely Mimi, she says that she does feel bad about how she put it out there or whatever about the affair. But Sierra, she felt like Sierra was egging her on and everything, so that's why she did it. And lovely Mimi, she was like, she was like, if my dude better come talk to me or whatever before he feels like that he's going to stray or whatever, this, that, and the third. Shooter, he's sitting up here saying that he started the affair with Mariah because he felt vulnerable and everything. And Tommy, she was like, I like that. He said he felt vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? She was like, that was kind of smooth there. So, Shooter, he feels like that him and Sierra haven't been seeing eye to eye and all this other stuff. And, Sierra's saying how she's working on forgiving him or whatever, this, that, and the third. Next thing backstage, lovely Mimi and Sierra, they going at it or whatever. Like, Sierra popping off on lovely Mimi. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, really? What's the purpose of y'all still going at it with each other at this point? Lovely Mimi don't work in your shop no more. The cat is out the bag. Like, why are y'all two still going? Whatever. So, pretty much that was the end of that. Like I told y'all, I had already told y'all about, Jocelyn not really cooperating with production and everything. So I guess we're going to get more into that next week. But I apologize for this video being long, but make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see y'all in the next video.